Hello, friends. Welcome to the second quarter, week 2 of the Sabbath School Nuggets, the 4. First, I want to thank Pastor Bob for his insightful nugget on last week's lesson and also the introduction to the book of Genesis. The introduction was powerful. I'm excited about the book of Genesis and I'm looking forward to sharing my thoughts with you. This week, we shift our focus to one of the most important chapters in the Bible, Genesis chapter 3, the fall of man. Amidst all that God has given our first parent in Eden also came a warning. Of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. For in the day that you eat of it, you shall surely die. Genesis chapter 2, 16 and 17. You see, the law of God is as sacred as himself. It is a revelation of his will, a transcript of his character, the expression of divine love and wisdom. Sin is a transgression of this law. The problem with sin is that it creates the illusion of freedom and liberty, but you are actually not free. Sin enslaves, period. Satan chose to employ as his medium the serpent. So in Genesis chapter 3 verse 1, now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God has made. And he said to the woman, has God indeed said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Satan causes us to disobey, distrust, and dishonor God, the infinite framer and upholder of all. He has caused many to believe that God governs by prohibition. But Satan promises liberty and deliver terror, guilt, nakedness. He came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Revelation 12 verse 9 identified this serpent as devil Satan, which is similar to how in the ancient Near East, the serpent personified the power of evil. This warning against eating from the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil shows us that though Adam and Eve were to know good, they were not to know evil. We can certainly understand why, can't we, seeing the issue of sin. God made a perfect world. It was never his will that we will know or experience evil. He did not create the devil. He created a perfect angel. The Bible records tells us that at the end of creation, when God looked at everything he had made, it was very good. Despite the disobedience of man, God has already made a way of escape. Though Satan, taking the form of a serpent, had deceived and led our first parent into sin, this was not the end of the story. God has made a way of escape, as he always does. And that is the nugget. Thank you for stopping by. Study your lesson. See you tomorrow.